A structure that's being put in place here, even as it was proposed that day, was an interim structure to prepare us for election next year. So by the time a structure is in place, everybody, cancer is there on the constitution. It's not like I'm saying it now. You can read it, I will look for it and we read it. The block business does not involve cancer. When cancer is feeding people into the national executive, they are the one who decide in their various blocks. And the moment the people come in here, they begin to play the oversight of being the highest decision-making body. So I just wanted to speak on this issue so that we can set facts straight and correct it. And the last thing here is when you say can South Africa, that's another false narrative that's proper present. This organization is cancer. Cancer came about, it was coined, that acronym was coined as cancer when the people who came from Nigeria before Ayo came to, please, somebody can read this, you hear more information here. When they came, they wanted to see if this body was going to be able to do this. They said, our acronym would have been cancer. Would have been cancer, like they are saying, which is cancer. They say, no, that's not good. Kenya, that's Can America. They are the one who coined cancer. So anybody who has been seeing it on the platform have not responded to it because we were waiting for appropriate quarters to deal with such things. So I wanted to correct that. I guess it is the way it's been presented to PFM before. That is the reason why it is stated this way. So these are my submissions. Thank you.
Thank you. Just in line with what has been aforesaid, we will have, I think it's an acceptance letter, so to say. Do not have incorporated these lengthy things. In the spirit of unity, as you suggested here, it will have just been, we appreciate our inclusion or whatever. Let me tell you something. Archbishop-elect, when he came to my house, I said, part of what I wrote down on that virtual meeting is PFNSA coming to scatter cancer? Yes, I asked it very bluntly. Because if you are coming to take your place, there are certain things you should be calm enough and soft enough. And I believe we should be more suggestive than demanding. These are demands, and with strong weight. We are not fighting here. Even if there are certain things that, in context here, cancer is operational. Can is an extension of can, though, but there are certain things that have been brought in. If we were coming in now and to just erase and tell people that have been coming for close to 5 years, working, taking away their time, sacrificing their time, that as though they are not doing it well, you know better. That's how it sounds. It's not welcome. Personally, by me, it's not good. And this was what we were shouting down Apostle Okolo last week, the last meeting. Because me, I was not, within me, I said, this is what PFN was doing, and we shut it down. We don't want it. So he should not bring it up. Even after the meeting, I think Dr. McNeil was bringing it up. I support that. We shouldn't bring up things that will further separate us. We shouldn't bring up words that will make it look as if we want to just make sure that certain things you want to understand, bring it up as questions. We will trash it out, not as though nobody is better than anybody here. We are at our best when we are united, when we bring ourselves up and to do so many things. So please, I was perturbed when I saw 4 pages and lengthy acceptance letter. This is not an acceptance letter. This is just like writing to lay some demands and say that what we have been doing are not good. And I want to stand to say that we have tried our best and we have given. I said it before now. Anyone that is coming to say that the way the thing has been constituted in council before is not right should sit down and learn how it's been done. Where were you before? And I want to support that fact. I remember vividly, it's a NEC meeting. I was not in support of what he was saying that day in late Archbishop's office. But he brought up some suggestion that because of the future, we should make sure that we are void of all this confusion, that we should write a letter to them. It took some time, some argument, and we alluded to the fact that the letter should be written, and a feedback was given. I don't know if the letter was missing in transit, that one can be explained, but not that the letter was not written. I was there, and I agree, and I said 100% a letter, official, we said an official letter should be written to them. Though we said, was any official letter written to any of the blocks? No. So, therefore, if we're saying if the PFNSA is demanding an official letter, so an official letter should go around to everyone. But in spirit of unity and moving forward and progress, we just said, let's just move on and take it. If we are to function and be united, please, there are certain things that must not be mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you. Apostle Jane, please observe. When everybody wants to finish speaking, you can say whatever you want to say.
I just want to make a simple observation. I believe this is a Christian body, not a court, neither is it a political party. The word used here, I take very strong exception. Ambiguities and dark shadings. That phrase, for me, I run a church. And as a man of God, as a pastor to glory of God, I don't see myself dealing with shady things. So for me to be a member of this body, I feel somehow, if that body goes, I've been attending NEC meetings, and it means that I've been participating in shady things. So I'm not really, I take very strong exception to that. That's the only thing
I will see them before you.
My leaders have spoken. I actually wanted not to say anything, but I think it's good to bring it to notice because I believe we are still going there according to the agenda. I think the number 9 on the agenda is the letter concerning Imasa. So we are still going there. But I see on this letter, page 2, paragraph I think 7 thereabouts, talking about the composition of CAN in Nigeria. But I just want to put it on record that we are not in Nigeria, we are in South Africa. As CAN South Africa. And I do believe that even if Impasa was a scaffold to build CAN South, I believe the scaffold should not be discarded because the project is done. And it's so soon. And we are not scaffold by the grace of God, we are actually the foundation. I represent Impasa, or I came from Impasa block, but by the grace of God, I didn't know the NAC. But this is what I'm saying. Just to bring that out, because I mean, when we go away from this letter, we will not go back to the church. Let's put on record that yes, in page 2, paragraph 8, page 2, the composition of CAN Nigeria. So I believe that this is not CAN Nigeria, but this is an affiliate of a body of CAN Nigeria in South Africa. So the fact that it's in South Africa we should accommodate any necessary change that will make this model work, because at the end of the day, like what some of my leaders have said, at the beginning, by the grace of God, I can say this, I may be one of the youngest here, but in 2011, when the issue of starting camp started, in March 2011, in January State, I was part of those people, in 2011. And every step of the way till now. And if you see any picture and I'm not there, it's because either I'm the one that took it or I'm behind the one taking it. So I can say specifically that Impasa is not a scaffold in building cancer, and as such should not be considered as a scaffold and need to be discarded when the building is done. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. It is really quite unfortunate, and I'm standing as an elder, and I cannot mince my words, because an elder that does not say the truth is going to the grave with generations in lying. So I have to say the truth. I will first of all congratulate the PFN executives for having responded to this very house. And anyone who is claiming or who is saying that it just have to be one or two lines or something, acceptance speech, is making a mistake. That means you don't attend meetings and you don't attend peace resolutions, because this is all about peace resolution. And they are putting all their cards on the table. I'm talking from both the legal point and from the communal point, that everything they have stated here is 100%. And for anyone who is claiming otherwise, I can point them from point 1 to point Z, that they are 100% correct in what they're saying. And moreover, even if there is any place you find them one thing that you say is not correct, they have their opinion and their right to express themselves. Having been barred for 5 years, for anyone who is saying that it is just time that they have decided to come in, well, I brand you a 100% liar, because I was from the genesis of it until now. These things, these issues have been discussed, and it has been put on records. But I want to advise the PFN executives who are representing. I know that there was a time we had a Zoom meeting and agreed, and he said, extend official letter to them. And I said, apologize for the things that have been done to them. It is unacceptable. Unfortunately, those letters were not written to them. But in any case, I will advise that we have been saying to bury the hatchet. Bury the hatchet, because you have already come in here. And moreover, there are better ways to keep your records. I see that these things are being recorded, because you will always say you demanded for a letter. Because a letter was also agreed, and a copy of that Zoom meeting is still existing, that it was agreed. So people who have different opinions are coming to bring in lies, unfortunately. Now, I do not know the areas anyone is disputing here, or what is being said here, for people who have not been part of this thing for 5 years, and who knows the modus operandi. Unfortunately, most of us are late today, but when I was sharing to say a kind of word of exhortation, I mentioned it. There are guiding principles and there are rules, and that's why God himself wrote, instructed in Habakkuk chapter 2, and said, write a vision, make it clear, so that whoever that runs with it. Whether you say this is an appendage or an addendum to CAN in Nigeria, it has its modus operandi. It has. And there was an official letter which we wrote to the Vatican wrote with regarding to this. Because when this began to come up the way we do not understand, we said we want to rectify the inclusion of Mpasa as a block. Because there was no official acceptance of Mpasa as a block, both from Nigeria and here. We know it was rotten. But even if we want to bury every agent, it is not the way to speak to people who for 5 good years, you have excommunicated them and barred them from coming in. I don't want to go further. Thank you very much.
Please, excuse me. No, I'm trying.
Are you asking me to
Yes, I asked you to stand up.
All right. Excuse me.
Please.
I think let's make an impression.
At the end, you will say whatever you want to say.
No, it's
Please.
not. Can I make an impression, sir?
Apostle Jews. At the end. Please, at the end.
I understand it's at the end.
Apostle Jews.
You have to listen. You have to listen. Are you following what I'm saying? You have to listen.
Apostle Jews. I told you to
Everyone
write
has something
everything
to
down.
say.
I told you to write everything down. At the end of everything, we say whatever you want to say. Please, I say, write whatever you want to say. At the end, we come on. I told you. Apostle George.
Yeah, greetings everyone. So happy to be present in council meetings, and this should be my second time physically present in a live meeting like this, as long as council is concerned. And I want to say that I believe now I should have reason to talk. I am, by the grace of God, the provincial chairperson of PFN County, and one of the founding members of PFN SA. By record, I was the very first vice national secretary. I'm right?
Yeah.
National secretary.
Yeah.
And even though it's not mentioned here in some places, I'm a person, I don't fight for positions. I want to say that I'm so glad and I'm boldly saying that I'm a member of PFN. I'm not just a member, a provincial chairperson, not just a provincial person, a national vice president, even though not included here. And I'm not here to in any way object whatever PFN is putting here on the table. But I'm here to speak on my behalf as a council member, borrowing the words of Reverend Weka. When a thing is being started, you use what you have to reach where you are going to. It will be an error for anybody to start to excommunicate current members from the NEC office, which I am a registered member of council. And if anyone should in any way try to use any standard to tell me not to be in NEC meetings, and I should be demanding for my reform right now. And my money should be given back to me. And whatever I have been costing, whatever I have costed me in council, I should sue them and they should pay me. Because I have been in council and I've been enjoying everything about council, not even coming to me. Now, whatever council is saying, even without me being present, I abide by it, believe that it's a fellowship or a body that I should belong. And how come when I should have a place to talk or express my happiness and my joy of being in that fellowship, and start telling me that I shouldn't be a NEC. I'm saying I'm a NEC member of this council from now. And I'm not coming as PFN member, I'm coming as a NEC, as a council member and as a NEC officer. Please, while we are recording these things, I see you are smiling, Chairman. You have not had me talk before, and you don't know me too well. I'm a very good builder, I'm a very good destroyer. I'm telling you honestly. People who are working with me can tell you. This, I don't come and fight things, I don't come and argue things. But when things are not being handled or people are being undermined because they are not a kind of person who speaks often or frequently, then you should be stepping on the wrong place. Please, that should be noted. I don't come to NEC meeting by being sent by PFN. I come to NEC meeting or council meeting, NEC meeting as a member of council. Register that. Thank you so much.
Bishop Bello, then after the barrister. After Bishop Bello, the barrister. After Bishop Bello, barrister.
Praise the Lord. We thank God for what is happening right now, because what is happening now is a foundation for the higher level. So please, as we are talking, I hate you, you hate me. It happened because we are in the same room. If we are not in the same room, I'm not hate you, you know hate me. Let me quickly start from the man of God. The last one I told you, very man question. It's going to stand to be fair to say, if someone is undermine the effort of a person in Gaza, it's going to sound stupid. Either we are debating or we are somewhere else. Because, to my understanding, cancer is what available at the foundation of cancer. And cancer is what is available at the foundation of cancer. And when you are building, you stress your hand, any available tools that your hand reach is what we are going to use to build. So, nobody either in the meeting, either private meeting, executive meeting, nobody spoke or speak against the effort of M-PASA. In fact, I wrote that here. We are thanking God that M-PASA is available when the cancer is given birth. Because there must be someone, there must be a nurse in the labor room for the baby to come out safely. I'm so close to come You see, when I'm talking, when you are talking to you, you know I'm eating as a friend. Thank God we have a nurse here in the labor room. You must have a nurse to assist someone want to give birth. So Christian as of Nigeria is giving birth, and they happen in pastor to be nurse.
Can you allow him to talk, please? Can we allow him to talk?
Sorry.
Excuse me. Can we allow him?
People of God,
Please.
I remember last meeting when the doctor was talking, when you are fighting your brother, beat him in the hand. Don't beat him in the head or we are in the neck. So if you are saying M-PASA is the mother of cancer, hello?
Yes.
If we are saying, if we are saying M-PASA is the mother of cancer, is questionable. So because when we are talking, we should understand. If we are saying M-PASA give birth to cancer, maybe I don't know. Maybe you know. It is better you let me know what I don't know. Because what I know, cancer came from Nigeria. And it's not M-PASA in Nigeria who gave birth to cancer in Nigeria. So if you are saying in South Africa, M-PASA is the mother of cancer. So maybe I don't know. And we PFN, we don't know that person. It is better to say that. I don't know. PFN, we don't know. Don't judge me from working against what you know and I don't know. Because you know it. I don't know it. And that is why it's better we say this one is like this, it's like this, it's like this. Are you ready? So because now I told you in the beginning we are in the same room. because we are in the same room, you can read to me, I can read to you. It's for the progress. Please, let us know what we don't know, because what we know is what leads to this letter. What we know is linked to this letter. So it's better to say, you guys, this is the foundation of cancer. So when we hear the story, we will move with the story. But now we don't hear the story. So the one we hear is what we move to. Okay, before I have my seat, nobody, I cannot stand anywhere and they are pointing bad finger to the pastor. And if I'm there and I don't have my will, I will leave it. Because if you have not taught vision before, you will know what it means for the vision to speak. I will never support anybody pointing disrespectful in person. Alright? No. So I want the party to people fighting in person. Rather, I thank God for the pastor because they are available when listening. And lastly, as this man was saying, I know how many times, in fact, before man and God, this morning I had a dream. I saw Archbishop, our father. I saw him the way, I don't even know I'm dreaming. It's after the dream, I now know that I'm dreaming. I wrote my wife, I said, so I'm dreaming. I told my wife, I saw the man of God, the way he dressed. In fact, it is well. Sir, I'm a registered member of CASA. Number seven.
On the list.
Thank you, sir. Now, and I have the right to attend the next meeting. Now, I want to, doctor, listen. For the 5 years, there's a lot of something going on. I'm not invited. I'm not back to it. If you are at call for the meeting after receiving my money, I have my role to play in pushing cancer. But nobody called me for the meeting. I don't hear anything, but my money I don't receive. So nobody will stop me to be a man of cancer. Alright? Because I want to play my role. I want to be useful, but when you are picking tools, I'm not going to take it. Alright? So, you can't if you pick me, I will be useful. I don't see me. When you take me, I'm there. So, they are not picking, but thank God now that you are picking us. It's impossible. Are you people hearing what I'm saying? So, you can't if you don't take me there, I take myself. You have another. See, this is too big. Now, finally, sir, I'm not going to say, finally, sir, please. Now, I'm not speaking now as a national welfare coordinator. I want to appeal to cancer. Please, this letter, let us receive this letter with love. Number one. Number two, and see what we can do with this letter. I am sure, Bishop Ogusa, if we receive this letter, I am too sure. If you don't make use of this letter 100%, there is something we are going to use to be part of the building. So I don't want us to throw this letter or to attend this letter. This letter came because of what we know. Now, if today, hear this, if today we say, okay, this is letter from Nigeria and pastor is a blog, who am I to fight? Who is who I to fight? But let us know what we don't know. If we help in building cancer, let us take the letter and do what we can do and move Toward the progress of this world. Is that the progress?
No? Barrister?
First and foremost, I want to apologize for my coming very late. It was due to some mix-up along the way, and my car was broken, so I had to go to Madagascar first. From Madagascar, I have to go back. They said no, I must go back to what do you call this? Bosman. And from Bosman, there's no direct one coming here. And so the Genesis, if I took down the show, it's quite I have love for this organization, and I've been spending my money to come. Whenever we're having meeting, I always attend when it's possible for me to be there. Now, I've seen this letter, and let me speak as the head of the legal director. Speak your opinion first before we come to legal. Your opinion.
My opinion is generally
No, you're not speaking about my colleague. Because they're not legal man. As a Christian, you can't have a different opinion from the Bible. The same way as a lawyer, I cannot have a different opinion from the law. So my opinion is merged together. I want to start saying by we are moving to a better direction. It's good that all of us were expressing our various views. But we need to be coordinated. We need to be focused. There are more problematic issues outside than inside. And we are not touching it. We are missing that point. If you don't have opportunity, if you don't have opportunity to speak like this, I always want to say that let us do our politics outside, not inside. We are doing too much politics. An unnecessary cantankerous issue is appearing left, right, and center. And some words we are using here are too strong for Christians, elementary Christians to use, let alone leaders. So let us avoid words like you are a liar, you are lying, generational this. I take a second to such words, and please let us be mindful we are talking to gentlemen and ladies. Not of the back, but Christians. We should use language that edifies, language that uplifts, language that encourages, language that corrects, rather